Good morning, everyone. Let's talk about XRP. Everyone, I have a very special announcement for XRP. I want to make available to everybody in the XRP community, in YouTube community, in Telegram community, and my own community at patreon.com/jsong_7. Everything in this video is not financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. Bear in mind that I eat red crayons for breakfast and sometimes I get sick. So eating red crayons and trading is all done at your own risk. Please read between the lines per my YouTube disclosure. On my website, I provide daily technical analysis videos teaching people how to read and understand price analysis, price action, how to understand price behavior. I also have some new and upcoming modules that will be released soon, teaching my method called the Sword Method 2.0. At the end of each class, I also post the image notes from the class here on my website, and you can click on to see some of my most current maps for different prices and different things we're looking at. Today, we're going to talk about two things, XRP and USDT, very quickly. Once again, the website is patreon.com/jsong_7. I will also mention that at the end of every class, even if you can't make it to the classes, you get a copy of all the videos. And so any cryptos that are pertinent to you or important to you, we do cryptos for every crypto and create maps for you. Most of the time we create them live, but there's multiple analysis that we can run, and we create lots of different analysis on the website for you. And we also have a lively group discussion after class, and we also spend time reading a Bible chapter of the Bible or talking and sharing verses and scriptures, and a prayer at the end of each video as well. Classes are 8 a.m. New York Standard Time on Monday and Friday, and 9 a.m. New York Standard Time on Saturday. That's 7 a.m. Lima time and 8 a.m. on Saturday. We also have classes at 7 p.m. Lima time. That's 8 p.m. New York Standard Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's 6 classes a week that you have time to drop in, and either in the morning or in the night, and to put your request in or get a feel for what's going on with some of the things that are important to you. Let's begin with the market wins. The market wins are the index charts that tell us what's really happening in the crypto world, in the crypto market as a whole. This is my chart, USDT.D, USDC.D, and also AltPerp, and a few of the altcoin index markets that you can use. This is something like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones Industrial Average in the stock market, which we also have maps for. In this market on USDT.D, when this chart goes up, your cryptos start coming down, many cryptos. When this chart starts going down, most of your cryptos start going up. And so if you're looking for what's more of the higher probability of what's going to happen in your cryptocurrency, most likely it's going to be related to this chart. This chart is related to the dynamics of Tether and its printing, and a lot of the manipulation that happens in the crypto world happens with the control and flow of money. So that kind of control and pool of the money is found a lot in this chart. So one of the main methods we use to do that and to track the flow, what's happening with price, is through the sword cut. The sword cuts are when prices are cut at specific points. The pain comes into the market and we can read it, and therefore we start looking for changes of behavior at certain points rather than just everywhere in the market. We're looking for specific changes of behavior. We were looking for rounding to come at exactly this line here that we've had for several months, and price did reject there. But as the building was going on, we were looking for two behaviors. We were looking for either a break above here, which would mean further crypto prices, or breaks below these lines and rejection above, going back down to 326. First going to 413. We went to 413 exactly around March, the beginning of March, March 2nd. We went exactly here. Here we are on March 1st, where we went down there, and then there was two major options. We're either going to sit and build structure, or we're going to break down below and then continue below. At this point in March, we were not ready to come back down. We went right back to the sword cut area. We did not get the break above that we needed to clear these two areas, an older sword cut and a newer sword cut. I highlighted it in this blue so you guys can see what's really happening. This is March 15th. We went down, came back to the bottom, challenged it again. And on March 18th, we came back down one more time to the bottom again. Okay, this literally could have happened all the way up until around April 11th or so. However, on March 21st, we actually started this month, we just started getting behavior on the positive side of price, which is going down. That's good for cryptos going up. A lot of cryptos will have a chance to come into health and come into position and set up themselves with proper structure. Not every crypto has proper structure. Some of the ones that are really worth looking at during these times is Shiba. Shiba was sitting on a weekly support for a trade that's been set up for months. We may talk about that in a future video, but we talk about it every night. But it has a danger of moving into a negative position unless it bounces. So having the market with you is just great. That's why I call it the market wins. Here is today, this morning, March 22nd. I said health has come into the cryptos based on the weakness of this chart. When this chart goes down, most cryptos go up. Okay, so we came down to the underside of this line and started rejecting, coming down. Fantastic. Okay, I don't believe so much that 417 is going to hold like it did last time. I believe we're going to start being able to break below, and we could see some good runs in crypto markets. We still need to get below this 4.0 line. I don't believe it's going to be much trouble, but if we break below there, then we'll have a run down, and we should have a run down to the 360 area. And then also the 288 area. So there was 3 major behaviors we're looking for. I'm currently looking for at the moment, which would give us a good crypto bounce as we come into the spring, which is in alignment with some of the prophetic intel from Prophet Robin that markets would have some good recoveries in springtime, sometime in the springtime. But that's starting to show what my maps are showing. That's starting to be in alignment with those. And finally, let's look at XRP. We track XRP every day as well. In February 25th, 2022, we had these major areas here. We're looking for breakouts above this green line. Price came into health when we crossed over this area, but it was not enough to continue the run up to the sword cut, which means that we needed price to break above this line. It did. It went right to these areas here and came back down to the blue line and had bounced, but we're still falling down the mountain. It wasn't exactly the time for it to run up, but it was the time that health was starting to come into the market. So we're looking for price to respond to this line, and that's exactly what was happening. Price did respond to that line and started trying to come up and challenge both this new line that was formed, but also the original green line. So these are the 2 areas where we're waiting for health. Price came to here, it spiked down below to some of our older sword cuts right here at 6.2, okay? And then we are now ready to try to break above here, but it doesn't mean much money's on the table. The real money that's going to come on the table is here. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. On March 1st, we were getting closer. March 9th, we came up to the line and we did not break it that day. We came back down to the blue. Next, we finally broke above and started coming into health. Here, we started coming into health, and that's really great. We finally challenged a line, and we're now looking to build structure on top of this line rather than coming back into this range. We're now looking to build structure on top of this white line. This is based on our key angle analysis, my key angle analysis in SOAR 2.0. Okay, I put a big H for health. These areas are areas of weakness. These areas are areas of sickness in cryptos. We're still waiting to get above these areas up here. Price could not do it, and yet did not fall all the way to the bottom into this original area, but gathered some support. March 14th. Here's a more simplified look at what we were looking at. These are our major angles. This is a part of, this is an example I use from the teaching called Accelerated Adjustment Zones, teaching people how to read different zones as price starts accelerating during ascents or descents, meaning when price is falling, okay? Here we can see how much money is available on the table, but that only comes into play once you start having behavior and structure on top of this line. Likewise, with this one, as price is falling, you can see that as price falls the second time, even though price is in this area, there becomes less and less money on the table. Okay, here's the sword cut that was created based on this cut of price moving down here. All right, so here is the most recent support. Price break above here during a down day. We spiked all the way down here, and yet we didn't close. So the behavior is still in here, and it's this nice rounding behavior, which is what you see you guys talk about when I do make public videos. I talk about that rounding structure you want, and that's the structure you need to sustain higher runs. It's not enough so much that price breaks through. It's not so much that price breaks through. You need to have good solid structure, and what you are looking for is this round structure, and therefore you're looking for the breakouts. You do need behavior up to those lines, and you need to be able to break above. That's why I often show these green lights and red lights, because price has to stop there, have a new behavior above that line, or it can also reject at those lines and those points. And so this is another one here. if it happens, price flows and it's dynamic. So it's not enough. If price just were to go up straight today, the price is around 110. But this was on March, earlier this month in March. If it happens later in the year, it's going to be much, much lower. So price isn't always flat. Price trades a lot of times dynamically, meaning it depends on the day. When price hits those lines, that price will be a different price. Okay, as you can see here, because of these areas in here, if price were to hit this line that day, it's around 87 cents. But if it hit it over here, it's much lower. It's around 81 cents. Okay, so you can see that if we were to reject here, and you can see it rejecting at a lower and lower price. And that's why I always say that when you're trading, don't just trade based on flat price alone. Trade based on the behavior and trade based on the dynamic, which is the angle that's most important to price at the moment. And usually there's quite a bit of them. Okay, but in a simplistic view, that was what's going on. Okay, here's where I put on March 15th. This was all in March 15th. That strength did come into the market. Here's another simplified view. That price broke above this area and started forming support here, and that's where we have the sword cut. A new sword cut was created here. March 15th is that area. Okay, and these prices for support were around 76 cents XRP. So I told everybody on with my posting that this is the healthy times for XRP to start its run. It may be time to consider buying. It may not move right away, but we need that final breakouts. And here's where we had it. So we just had them this week, the final breakout. So I'm putting this publicly. XRP, March 21st, we had the breakouts here. We are now looking for price to be hitting around $1.01. We're starting to build areas. We can have a break above, sit back down on the 79-cent area and go, or we can really just go off and take off. And that's because a lot of the previous structure has already come into the market. We had the rounding with a nice breakout here, and the rounding is exactly where it should have been. It's here in these areas. So we did build up the support, and now we have built in health 1, health 2. Actually, this was already health 1, health 2, and health number 3. We're ready to go up. Okay. Depending on how many zones or how price sets it up, every crypto will have its own number of healths and behaviors that it needs to happen before you start clearing the muck out of the way so that you can be free to rise. A lot of times price cannot be free to rise without paying the toll and building upon its own structure. And XRP is looking great in that sense for that. So right now I put in my messages that XRP is now in health and ready to pop up to 1.01. I don't know how much I can't predict the future, but we can stack the odds in our favor. I don't believe there's going to be much problems as we go up to $1.01, and possibly if cryptos continue to do well, we may be able to break above those areas and hit our next price targets in the structure. Okay, which would be somewhere over there. Above there would be $1.35. I believe we're in that area around there. Is where we're going to start hitting that. That's going to be dynamic, and we'll start hitting those behaviors. We'll need another behavior above that one. This is also a time to warn everybody and remind everybody that, remember, I've been telling everybody for the last couple months that we don't want to really be caught past the end of March and beginning of April without XRP. And the reason is because even without the data that we have available on our price maps that show health and show that XRP is ready to rise, we want to talk about the fact that we are very near to a final nail in the coffin event, and that's what I've been telling everybody for quite a bit. That some of the intel from different intel communities point to the end of March, and the beginning of April, where some kind of information would come out that lets everybody know that the settlement is going to be released, and that's one of the major things that's holding back price of XRP and activation for its utility aspect. XRP, remember, it's not just a cryptocurrency, it's a utility. It has a very specific function to act as a bridge currency for central bank digital currencies, big money, it could be a lot of things. It holds up even other cryptocurrencies. Swift even has used it, and a lot of countries are signed up to use it and have been signed up for a couple years now. But it's all in proof of concept stage, meaning they're just testing out the equipment, testing out the network. It's going to be very, very big, and there's a lot of people on the internet who talk about the utility aspect. I personally don't believe it's going to be activated for its utility until either the end of this year, but in the meantime, people are going to get really excited about it really, really soon. And more of the real price is going to start showing up for those of you who believe in price suppression. Now, I believe that XRP needs this final bit of information, and it looks like it just happened around March 19th. March 19th was where I think Brad Garlinghouse and a few others started tweeting that about what's going on with the case, and that the judge did not allow the SEC, who is suing Ripple, which is the custodian for XRP, that the judge did not allow them to fight using proof of notice or advanced notice. And that's basically saying that the SEC did not give enough warning to XRP to be able to sue them. So they're saying, hey, we're suing you because we told you that you guys shouldn't be trading because you're not following the rules, you're not in compliance. And XRP is saying, hey, what are you talking about? You didn't tell us. And they're saying, yeah, we told you, remember? And XRP's like, no, what are you talking about? We've been operating the same way. We've been on Coinbase, we've been on different exchanges, we've been trading normally, and now you're gonna sue us after all these years? Something's not right. And it's just a bunch of shenanigans and everyone knows it. But when the judge himself threw out that part of the defense, then that basically means that the SEC doesn't really have a way to win the case. So it's only a matter of time before they have to settle. And that event, a lot of people called it was the nail in the coffin. Even BitBoy, I believe, who's finally on board with XRP after all this time, by the way. But anyway, even him, he used the terminology "nail in the coffin." I've been using that term for a while, waiting for that final part, and that also matches with what's actually happened the other day, and it probably is the final nail in the coffin. There may be another nail in the coffin event, but I really don't believe there's really going to be much else. I believe that it's just going to be one day they're going to announce several months after that. That they have settled, and then you're going to see price really begin to rise really quickly. But until then, you're going to start seeing prices start going on its journey towards $12. Okay, I really believe we're going to be going to around $12 XRP based on some of its price maps. On a weekly chart of XRP on Bitstamp, using the logarithmic view, you can easily see the top is here, and therefore this creates our type of key angle. Replicated at the very bottom, this gives you mid-phantom. And based on our mid-phantom line, we should have verification in the past. We do have verification in the past. You can actually see that price sat down and responded to this line exactly. Okay, exactly. And therefore, we didn't really respond too much. It did create some shortcuts over here where we responded to exactly where price was cut through, here and here, both those two, and both were reacted exactly how they should. You can see that. Okay, 1, 2, rejection, 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 rejection. Actually, right there, 3 times, 4 times actually. All right, almost 4 times. Anyway, price hasn't challenged mid-phantom ever since. If price were to break above and start going an XRP and start going up, breaking out of these structures, then guess what happens? Well, what happens is that price will start being able to rise towards this $12 area. Well, we still need one final clearance, it appears on the weekly chart. If it happens today, those prices are around 92 cents. You break the structure above there, and then you're ready to go up towards the $12 area. I believe we're going to get a lot of profit taking at $12, meaning the price will take a dip, and there's going to be a lot of people that will sell their XRP they bought for $1, sell it for around 12. I believe that price will fall for a time, possibly down to $3, possibly down to around $6, and then it's going to go back up and challenge the mid-phantom line again, which will be around $12, $16, $15, something like that, somewhere around there. Okay, depends on when it hits. If it hits it in August of this year, it's going to be around $17. If it hits it in April, it's going to be $12. So around $12 to $17, that area, we're looking for price to come up and challenge. Okay, once we get a break above, we're looking for price to challenge those areas. And that's on the weekly chart. Okay, once we break above there, then we can really see XRP hitting some of these top parts. If it did it in August as well, it would be around $282. Okay, if it did it in April, it's 193. Now, I don't believe we're actually going to get that high before some kind of financial crisis is triggered, like the one I saw in my dream. That some of you guys have seen one of my first videos that I pointed out. I believe that those days will be around when we're around at $99 XRP. When XRP is closer to around $99 or so, I personally believe that we're going to experience some type of financial crisis. Some people call it an event of some kind. I have to be careful with my words on YouTube. Okay, but at that time, I believe that many things are going to lead to this final financial crisis, and XRP will have to step up to the plate based on its utility activation. XRP is waiting for the whole world to just agree and activate it, or for a financial crisis to automatically step up to the plate and take care of the liquidity crisis. You're going to see in those days probably Tether gone. You'll see many cryptos go to zero and fall during the final crash. It may be having something to do with the internet takedown or lots of different things. We need to see the clues of what's going to be more closer to the real event. All right. But anyway, I want to give you guys all of this so you guys know what you should be looking for, what behaviors you guys should be expecting over the next few months. I'm not always on YouTube, but I am on YouTube every night. Privately on my website, so you guys can all be a part of that. It's called Dive. You can sign up for Dive. It is $18 for the whole month, and you can just sit down and ask me whatever cryptos you want. And there's a group, a lot of people. We meet every night, and we just go over the cryptos and have a great lively discussion, both men and women. You guys can be part of that community. It's a wonderful community. Let's say a special prayer for everyone. Lord, we thank you for this day, and I pray that you would help everybody to be in position. And I pray that you would just help us to be ready for the days to come. Teach us all the things we need to know about the behaviors that we should be watching for when it comes to the financial markets and our seeds that we are putting in the ground, investing. I pray that you use all the wealth that you're giving to the people, Father, for your purposes, for godly purposes. Help move us into a position of righteousness and forgive us our great and many sins. Lord, there are many of us who have lost our way, and I pray that you would bring us home. Like the prodigal son, bring every single one of us back home. Change our stony hearts into hearts of flesh. Give us your peace again, Father. I pray that everyone watching this video will be turn their hearts back to you, Lord. I pray that you use these moments to bless them. And may you bless them, Lord, and may you keep them. May you make your face to shine upon them. Look upon them with favor and be abounding to them with grace. Be gracious to them. Lord, lift up your countenance towards them. Give them peace. Lord, I pray that you would guide them through their troubling times, through all the economic crises that they are going through. I pray that you would help them through each and every one, whether it's on a personal level or just a global level. Lord, I pray that you would remind them that you're always with them, even through the storm. Thank you that you'll never leave us nor forsake us. Let us not leave and forsake you. Father, forgive us our many sins. We love you, Lord, and we thank you for being a part of this. Continue teaching us the secrets of price action and price behavior. Continue teaching everyone and opening up their eyes to understanding. Let them apply their minds to understanding. Let them not just see the chaos, but let them see the truth behind the chaos. And that's my prayer for them, Lord. That's my prayer for them. Love them in the name of Jesus, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. And that's my prayer for you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day. Make it a great weekend. I hope to see you guys in our dive classes. We do have public dive classes also just for every Patreon member. Even if you're not a dive member, we do have them a few times a month. And also be looking for the new upcoming Sword 2.0 modules that will be released. Even now we're doing some of them live filmings during the class. So I'll see you guys soon.